Chef Kimberly Brock-Brown has been busy since publishing a successful book called Here I Am. And now she's back with another successful book, Real Women, Real Leaders. In this edition of Quintin's Post-Ups, I sit down with her one-on-one. Well, Chef, it's been a while since I've actually seen you.
How you doing?
Doing great, busy doing interviews.
I understand.
Yeah, I love doing them. I think the last time we talked was last February at my beloved Mount Pleasant Town Center.
Yes.
And at the time, we talked about your future. You basically said you thought in 5 to 10 years you'll be sitting on the beach, talking on the phone, checking emails.
I love that. Yes. I'm working hard.
Oh, yeah.
Got some beaches picked out.
Oh, is that right?
That's right.
In the Caribbean.
Yeah. Little steel drums.
Yeah. I got to come visit.
Yeah, not a problem. Not a problem. Yeah.
But you, as you said, you're working hard because now you have a new book. When the last time we talked about Here I Am. But now it's Real Women, Real Leaders.
Right.
Tell me what got you from Here I Am to Real Women, Real Leaders.
Well, it kind of segues into this. This is a compilation of 24 leading women who, in their own professions and their own fields, are just leaders. Who are just doing their thing. I mean, I feel like I'm the slacker in the book because these ladies are just on fire, on point, and just doing it, just right in there. And so, for me to be the one in here who's the chef,
yes,
who's come up and put my story in there.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got a range of people in the book, from retired military officers to national government officials to people who own their own companies, like their Fortune 500 companies. And these women have been leaders for a long time, even owning their own businesses, whatever. And so to hear their stories, it's really inspiring to me because I get from this book and from beyond, I get questions all the time. Well, Chef, how did you do this? And how can I get to where you are? And what do I need to do? And so this really kind of segues into that because you've got more people to give you more advice on how they got to be where they are.
Right.
And so some of it does, just because you're culinary doesn't mean you can't follow some of their leadership ideas and advice. So it really does, for me, segue into both of them. It's a great read. Start with this.
Yes.
Here I am. And then go into real leaders.
Yeah, I like that.
That's great.
And let's talk about August 21st because I want to take you back there because you had a wine and cheese reception over at Blue Bicycle Books.
Yeah, that was great. We did the book signing. It was very well received for 2 hours. And we were kind of busy signing books. It was great. It was very well received. I can't complain about that. Blue Bicycles did a great job.
And time flew by.
It flew by. It was great.
And speaking of which, as far as business, we were talking off camera about the Black Google event that took place this past weekend, and you were highly upset because
it was for Black businesses to come and help their business to come in and put themselves on the map and to get all the expertise, help they need for their websites, about mobile apps, and all that to help their business become 21st century. And there was just, if you had 80 people there, 5 people represented Black business. That's crazy.
Wow. That is devastating. Tell me, what are you going to do next to make certain that many people here in Charleston, and mainly Black businesses, come together as one?
Well, one of the things that we worked on at the hackathon, is what they call it, was the project I worked on with the other 9 people, was to find ways that we could connect different Black businesses in whatever city, and just to get one website and on one app, so that when somebody wants to come to Charleston, they can say, "Oh, and I want to support Black businesses. I want to stay in this bed and breakfast." Or is there a bed and breakfast? They can look it up on the map, on the app, or on the website that's going to come from the app, and find out so that how they can support Black businesses. When you have stats that say African Americans spend money, stays in the community, their community, 6 hours, versus any other ethnic groups, it's up to weeks. A week here, 2 weeks there, and longer in some other communities. And we don't even spend a day without money in our own community. So how can we support Black businesses, especially if we don't know where they are? We got to identify them, and then we got to support them.
Yeah. Speaking of 9, as you know, we're right down the street from Mother Emanuel, and I was just talking to you about this, but the memorial's been removed, and it seems like Mother Emanuel is moving on with their church and community. But I want to take you back to June 17th because I was at home just laying on my bed on Twitter when I got the news. And I saw that 9 people got shot at Mother Emanuel, and I was actually devastated. Tell me this, when you look back to June 17th, what memories play back in your mind?
That I actually heard about the shooting. I was talking to my son who was in Chicago, and he was calling to ask me, was I okay? Because he couldn't remember the name of the church. We said, you go to AM, and like, okay, now I go, but that's not. I said, what happened? I didn't. I was out, on my way home, not in front of the TV at all. We were watching a movie and blah, blah, blah. And so by the time my phone is just blowing up now, everybody's calling, checking on me, so I'm actually hearing it on their TV on the phone in Chicago, right? Okay, what? Well, I said, oh my God, because I knew people who went to
Right.
the church. I said,
Yeah.
let me check in on social media.
Right, right.
Check in and see where they are and
Right.
everything, make sure they're okay, because we didn't know.
No, yeah. And
And
I
so-
checked on Liz Austin that night when it called.
Oh
when
my
that
God,
happened. Yeah.
Jamila and some other
Right.
people
Oh,
down
yes.
there. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Okay, we got chicken. You need
Right.
chicken. The
Right.
ones I knew, and isn't it funny how social media is playing a part in that? Can you
Tremendously.
imagine we had social media, all this happening now when Katrina hit 10 years
Right.
ago? It wouldn't have happened like that,
Yes.
Katrina. It's just
Yeah.
so totally like, we didn't do Facebook, we didn't do YouTube, we
Right.
didn't do all that tweeting 10 years ago.
Yeah. Speaking of which, social media played a tremendous part in the unity for Mother Emanuel after the tragedy. The alleged shooter reportedly wanted to start a race war, but that ended up in unity.
It sure did. I mean, that Hands Across the Bridge was
Right.
awesome. My mind walked up there, and I was like, I heard this, I gotta go.
Yes.
I gotta go take part of that one. And then just getting the love and stuff from people who, I have a very much international Facebook page
Right.
and LinkedIn page.
Oh,
And
yeah.
just to see that come poured in from across the globe
Yes.
it's phenomenal.
And, obviously politics creeped into this discussion thereafter. A lot of people, including many elected officials, called for the Confederate flag to be removed. That happened maybe 2 weeks after all of the funerals took place downtown. Tell me this, when the flag was removed, where were you emotionally?
Oh wow. I was, I didn't grow up with the flag.
No.
I'm from Chicago,
Chicago.
and so I didn't, wow, what, so who,
Right.
that's so strange for me.
Yes.
And so, I was, take that thing down. I mean, when the first boycott started,
Right.
how many years ago that's been now? I was, take that thing down. I was
2000.
and I was disappointed with that bipartisan, quote unquote. We came to a understanding. We'll take it from there and put it right there in your face. Like, okay, it just needs to come off. And when you understand and you look at the histories of other countries and other places that have had wars and discourse,
Right.
and you don't fly the loser's flag, you fly the victor's flag, especially on sovereign property. So like, why is this flag even there? And then when I realized a lot of people don't even realize that's not even like the South Carolina flag or the official flag.
Right.
It's the Virginia flag. Like most of them didn't even know that. And so. I'm like, so what is your heritage about? If your heritage that you're talking about is the support of the South trying to up in the North and
Right.
create your own nation, that's treason. So like, why do we have to support that? Why do we have to see that? It has no place. But like they said, it should be in history books and it should be in a museum.
And somebody who was actually fighting for unity and, obviously civil rights was Julian Bond. You met him, I believe, at the College of Charleston in February.
Yeah, February's a good month, I'm telling you.
Yes,
So yeah, they
your
brought him
birthday.
in. Yeah, they brought him in, and my first time really actually having the opportunity, because I can't remember myself being in a spot where he was, and I was able to go.
Yeah.
So to see and hear, I mean, he spoke for maybe 30 minutes, 45
Wow.
minutes, but I could have sat there 2 hours. You have some speakers who are just dead dynamic, just have so much information and
Right.
things to say that just hit you, right there in the
Yeah.
heart. He was just one of those people who spoke like that. He just had so much to say and so much quality of information and just a wealth of knowledge that he imparted upon us. It was like a calling card.
Yeah.
This is what we need to do. This is where we've been, and we still got what to do. And what are you going to do? And that man at that age was still very, very much sharp and on point.
Yeah.
I can only hope when I get to be that age.
Yes, you would do the same thing, I'm sure.
Mhm.
And another local icon who just passed away, when we just talked about this off camera as well, was John L. Orr.
Oh, Johnny Orr. We worked together at the hotel. And he was just such a good spirit, a good man as well, a Charlestonian,
Right.
and I knew him and his wife very well, the daughters and his son. I was so sad when I heard that,
Yeah.
so sad. It was just a good man,
Yeah. Well, we've talked about Here I Am. We've talked about real
Mm-hmm.
women and real leaders.
Yeah.
We've talked about, the Black Google event. What's next for Chef Kimberly Brock-Brown?
Oh, I'm still trying to get to that beach.
Yes, me too. I need one too.
Beach, yeah. So I'm promoting the book
Yes.
and working on I'm working on a radio show.
Oh, yes.
Blog Radio Talk, Here I Am show.
Yeah.
And working on because I get calls and emails all the time from
Yeah.
other especially ladies in my profession.
Oh, yeah.
Who, just the other day, somebody's emailing me about the chef threw a utensil at me.
Oh, my goodness.
I went to HR and made a complaint, and then I filed charges with the EEOC. And then I lost my job. Now, how do you, as an African American woman in this field, get through this?
Yeah.
I said, this is 2015. Why is that still happening? I mean, I've seen that growing up into my culinary profession. You know, when people just throw things. But she was at a hotel in a corporate setting. It wasn't like one of those little mom and pop restaurants where you can get away with more stuff. You know, so like, how does that happen in 2015 in a corporate structure? You know, when you got a handbook and HR and that happens really. You know, so people deal with a lot. Ladies are still dealing with a lot of things. You know, put backs and put downs and put upon. You know, and so when I get these calls and these emails, can you mentor me? Can you help me? Can you give me some advice? You know, I want to go and work overseas. I got an opportunity, but this isn't that. So if A, B, and C ain't matching up here in the States, don't go over there trying to figure out something. You know, if it ain't right here, they can be right across the pond. You got many issues here that affect you as African American woman, and this America affecting you as an American. So what are you gonna do with somebody else's country when you don't have those same rights and responsibilities? You know, so it needs to be right and it needs to be on paper here before you even think about going over there.
Wow.
You know, so I mean, I get all the time. So I'm trying to get together. I am going to get together. Not right. I am going to be doing it. I like a bi-weekly call.
Oh yes.
So that it could be driven by the viewers on the viewers on the call, whether it be a Skype call or just a regular phone call. And the questions that I get asked all the time, the questions, concerns they may have, and then have it driven like that. Have it, so that we can discuss and talk about how to advance themselves, how to lean in, and how to become leaders that they want to be. What's their career move? Should I take this job or should I work here? Right. What's their next step? How I can help them. I mean, I don't know everything. Okay. But I've got access to some people who do, who can answer those questions for them. So so my networking can help the other people who haven't networked like I have, who are just still new to the business, and so how I can pay it forward and pass it on.
That's awesome.
That's what I'm going for.
You should. Yeah. Well, Chef Kimberly Brock-Brown, it's always good talking to you.
It's always great to talk to you too.
Thank you. I appreciate this.
Oh, my pleasure.
Thank you. Thank you. That was good.